Alright, you guys, working on my Nissan 97 hardbody. Recently I spotted a leak, like a coolant leak from the heater hose that comes from the heater core. This is one, and this is the other one right here underneath. This is the one that was leaking, and if anybody has ever attempted to replace one of those lines, I think you'll know that it's kind of is on a hard spot to get to. I'm gonna try to be as clear as possible, taking like shots from my phone to let you see what you have to do. What I did to replace it. I'm gonna take a closer look. Right there is the clamp that I replaced the clamp with this clamp style. It's like the most common clamps. It's 8 millimeter, and it was leaking right there underneath, right behind the clamp. And took me approximately like maybe 20 minutes to replace it. Had to take the wheel off to give me more space. Make sure you put a pan underneath so you can catch the coolant so it doesn't make a mess on your driveway, garage, wherever you're working on. But this is the line right here. Pretty much sits like this from right here from the firewall, from the heater core, and then it mounts at the bottom into the that inlet that goes into the block. And this is the clamps right here that Nissan puts on these kind of lines. It's a 8 millimeter, and it was pretty much sitting facing this way, my way, from the fender well. So it was pretty much sitting like this on the very inside. Right there is the starter. There's the harness right there. You can move that around just to give you a little bit more space, so you can throw your tool in there. I'm gonna show you the tools I use. Okay, so this is the tools I use. It's a Milwaukee. I mean, I use the drill because that's what I have. It's a little bit more convenient for me, but you can use a ratchet with a long extension. I use like a quarter inch adapter, so I can put it on the tip. And then I use this quarter inch swivel, and you can find all this stuff at the part stores. It's a little swivel, quarter inch, and you put that 8 millimeter socket, and if the clamp is not like sitting straight towards you, you can swivel it around, kind of find the best spot where you can like have that socket grab the clamp. So I pretty much got it from the fender well. Throw the drill is pretty much long enough where you can like grab the clamp. See if I can hold the phone and hold the extension, but it's pretty much like that. Once you catch the bolt, the clamp, you just loose it as much as you can, pretty much all the way. Once you lose get the clamp loose, you can use a long screwdriver. Let me go grab the one I use. It's not like a screwdriver, it's pretty much to pop clips. Let me go grab it real quick. Okay, so this is it's kind of like a screwdriver, just to pop this kind of clips right here, those right there. But it works just perfect for me because it has this it's not like flat, it sits like at an angle. But I'm pretty sure like if you grab like a long flat screwdriver, that it'll like reach all the way to the clamp. You can use it just to pry on it. Pretty much sticking in there. I'm not sure you're gonna be able to see it, but I'll do my best. So here's the tool, and there's the hose. We'll zoom in a little more so you can, hopefully you can like see some. Okay, right there. So once the clamp is like completely loose, you're just gonna pry on it with a flat head, or if you have one of this like long enough, you just wiggle it, like just fight it until it comes loose, and be ready for the coolant because it's gonna start like leaking. But if you put that splash pan underneath, or like some sort of pan underneath, is gonna where you can catch the coolant. And if you want to reuse it, fine. If not, just put some new coolant. If it's like really dirty, mine is pretty clean because I just put some new coolant. So I'm gonna try to reuse it. And once you get that line at the bottom, I did the bottom first because I thought if I did the top first, it was gonna start leaking coolant right away. It was gonna get on top of my hands or on top of my tools, and it was gonna start making a mess from the very beginning. So once I got the bottom clamp and hose detached, coolant started coming out. But then I move on to the top part, which is the same clamp style. Same clamp. It's an 8mm. That's the top one, and that's the bottom one, which I already replace it. I put a regular hose clamp. Okay, so this is the clamp size that I use for to replace the ones that Nissan put on. I would say this is like 1.25 inches. So anything smaller is probably not gonna work. And is a 1/4 inch thick. I mean half. Let's see, half inch. I'm sorry, half inch. So you need 2 of them. That's what I would recommend to use instead of the old clamps. They're really hard to reuse them, but if you can like reuse them, then make it happen. Another thing that I would recommend you using is when you disconnect the line from that connector by the block, is using one of this. This is a battery terminal scraper. On mine, when I took it off, it was pretty. It had some buildup on it. I'm pretty sure you're gonna see that on your on that connector. So what I did, once I got the line off, so to clean that connector, obviously you can't stick your hand through here because there's no space for your hand to reach. Especially you have to reach way in there. So what I did, I came from the top, and I moved the fuel filter. Here's the fuel filter. Here's the bracket. You just push that fuel filter out of the way. It'll come off. Move it to the side, and then you're gonna stick your hand through here. And if you, hopefully you have like small arms, like not bulky. I was able to reach that connector. You probably can't see it from here. I mean, I'm moving it right here. I'm moving the line because the line is already connected. But I was able to reach that connector, and I pretty much went like this from the bottom, put it in, move it around, get as much stuff out of it, and then pulled it out, spray some water to clean the residues, and then I went and grabbed the line and connected from this side. When I connected it, it's not gonna be easy. You're gonna have to like fight it in because of the tight space. I heard from other people that they removed the whole intake manifold, removed a bunch of stuff. I was just trying to find not an easier way, but a different way to get it replaced, and I end up doing it. Let me see. But yeah, once you get done, put in the line. Make sure you have the clamps already on the new line. Make sure you like give them enough slack so you can slide it on once you connect the line into the connector. Because you don't, like I said, you don't have a lot of space to work yourself So make sure you give it enough slack. Okay, so just to clear something out, the extension that I use is probably like 20 inches long. That'll give you plenty of length to reach the clamps. So once you have the hose and the clamps set on place, make sure the clamp sits like this, okay? Facing your way, facing this way, so you can catch it with the socket. Again, it's an 8mm, okay? So once you tie the bottom one by the block, you're gonna move on to the top one, and that's how I set mine, facing up. That way you can catch it with plenty of space with your socket and your tool that you're gonna use. And once you have everything tied, refill the system with your coolant. I skipped the part of the air filter. I'm pretty sure if you work on your Nissan, you have this filter pulled out multiple times. You only have some wing nuts at the top. Loosen them up. Disconnect the air temperature sensor. There's a little vacuum hose. Make sure you unplug them before you move the air filter box out of the way. And from there, just make sure you put that back together. Crank that the vehicle. Let it warm up. That way the thermostat will open, and just check for leaks. Make sure there's no more leaks on your lines that you replace. And if there's coolant leaking because of the clamp not being tight enough, just tight it a little more, and until it's like completely dry. And from there you'll be all done. I hope this video helps people out there with this kind of issue. This is my first video, so I hope it helps somebody. If it does, then my job was done.